Hello everyone, DM Main here with the Synergy Alliance team powered by Gershman Mortgage. Thank you for tuning in today to our Facebook Live. Newer members, we welcome you to joining us, and returning folks, we thank you for paying attention and following along with us. While we're waiting for a few people to jump on and come live with us, I'll share with you a few fun facts of Missouri. And when you think of the largest state of Missouri, what would your first thought be? And then I'll share the answer with you while you're thinking about it. Of all the cities that are in Missouri, which one do you think would be the largest? And the answer to that, I'll share with you in a second. Missouri's nickname, obviously, as many may know, is the Show Me State. Our population in the state of Missouri is 6 million, which ranks us the number 18 largest state in our country. And the capital is Jeff City. Everybody knows that's Jeff City. You have to pass Jeff City on the way to Lake of the Ozarks, right? And our largest city in Missouri actually is Kansas City, Missouri. I know, who would have known? Who would have known? I was thinking it would have been St. Louis for sure, but Kansas City actually is the largest city in our state. And we got lots of questions last week after our last Facebook Live. I want to thank you for the questions. Please keep them coming. And some really good questions. So I wanted to answer some of those questions for you live here. Hopefully it helps add value for you. And if you would be kind enough, if you do find value in this, please do like it, share it, forward it. On a mission this month to reach 1,000 likes on our business page. And also that helps other people know that we're there and the services we provide, and help them enjoy a more smooth and more enjoyable home buying experience. So that's what we're here to do. And one question came in: are student loans considered when applying for a mortgage? And the answer is yes. They used to not be. But in our country, we've got rising student loan debt, and we also went through one of the largest foreclosure environments in the history of our country. So the two of those things combine the need for us to now calculate what the student loan payments are. So it used to be if student loans were deferred, we would not have to include them in your student loan debt, but now we do. So whatever the debt is, we need to know what the monthly minimum payment, if it's not reporting on your credit report, and then we use that. And if not, we have to use a formula which always comes in with a higher monthly payment. So always better if you can find out exactly what the obligation will be once the student loans go into repayment status. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, you're welcome to send me a private message or call me, text me, and we can speak in greater detail. Sound good? Do all mortgage loans go through underwriting? Matter of fact, they do. Twofold. They'll go through an automated underwriting at point of sale, and they'll also go through manual underwriting as we prepare for closing. So yes, that's a good question. There's your answer. So all mortgage loans have origination fees. Really good question, and it can be a little confusing to some because origination fees can be confused for discount points. So not all loans have discount points, and the discount point really buys down the interest rate. So you're paying points up front to obtain the lower interest rate. Where origination fees nowadays are more considered the processing fee, underwriting fee, credit report, tax service fees. Some of those things can be lumped into origination fees. So really important to watch that and compare apples to apples. Is some lenders may offer you, say, no origination fees, but then they charge massive discount points to offer you that low rate. And here's a tip for you. If you really want to obtain the absolute lowest interest rate, it's far better to accept a little bit of origination fees and receive the lowest interest rate. Because there really is no free lunch. If you're going for no fees, you will definitely anticipate a higher interest rate. Again, if it doesn't make sense to you, it gets a little lost in translation, more than happy to speak with you one-on-one and help you understand that a little bit better. Do all mortgage loans require a down payment? No, they do not. Circumstantial, veterans of the armed forces and U.S. military, as long as your eligibility is intact, you can utilize a VA loan, which requires no down payment, 100% financing, and no P.M.I. And there's also some 100% loan programs through some of our rural area programs through the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They do allow for 100% financing as well. And beyond that, we'd be looking at down payment assistance through some local or county governments to help you with down payment assistance. But that would indeed require a down payment. But in many cases, most folks are renting a home because they do not have money for down payment. If we can help you obtain the down payment assistance or help you identify a 100% loan, many times you can actually own a home for less than what you can pay in rent. So now is a fantastic time to consider that. And lastly, do all mortgage loans require P.M.I? And the easy answer is no. All mortgage loans do not. If you have greater than a 20% down payment, No, P.M.I. is required. If you have less than 20% down payment, P.M.I. may be required, but depending on your credit score, we may have some options to look at either buying out the P.M.I. with an upfront buyout of it. We could do a lender paid where we actually increase the interest rate. There's no monthly mortgage insurance, and there's also ways we can piggyback a second mortgage. P.M.I. really stands for private mortgage insurance. So whenever you have one loan with less than a 20% down payment, P.M.I. may become a factor, but the good news, we have some options to avoid it. But it's really circumstantial. It depends on your family strategy and how long you want to live in the home and what your real goal is. So while P.M.I. might be right for some, it may not be right for others. So very, very circumstantial, and that's why we have an in-depth conversation when we're talking about what your family's goals are. Again, we love to treat people like people, not just another loan. So in many cases we find out what your plan is, how long you plan to live in the home, things like that really help us identify what the solution is for your family's home financing interest. So we keep your best interest at heart, be with you every step of the way, from application date through closing date. I'll be with you. Do make sure you tune in next week. Next week we will have the main report. Main report is going to be some fun-filled information that will inform you of what's going on in our industry, and we're going to speak more into some of the contraction that's in our marketplace, specifically what is happening in this rising interest rate environment and what that's doing to the overall cost and profitability of mortgage lending. So hopefully you found value in that. Again, please like it, share it. If you have any questions or if I can be of service in any way, I'm always a phone call away. Please call Dan for your home finance plan. You can reach me at 636-284-4144. And remember, I'm licensed in Colorado and in Missouri. So if your next home loan, don't go it alone. Just call Dan for your home finance plan. Have a great day.